All right, welcome everybody to Roll 'em If You Got 'em. I'm Dakota.
And I'm Carl, and we just wanted to kind of introduce ourselves. We're starting this new podcast where we're probably going to talk about Song of Ice and Fire 99.999% of the time. We might, talk about other stuff occasionally, board games,
Maybe painting.
painting, basing, just anything surrounding the hobby. But for the most part, it's going to be uh, our very informal tactics talks and maybe breakdowns of new units and things like that.
Mhm.
We're not planning on being the breaking news, visions in the flames discussion kind of guys, just because, you know, our schedules don't really permit that. Our schedules permit getting together once every couple weeks, hopefully at least, and just talking about some of the other things that we like to do with a little more nuanced point of view.
Yep. One of the things that we're going to be discussing is we're going to take a look at all the starter boxes, give a general overview, give suggestions for beginners, maybe what you'll look at competitively. Just give a broad overview on what to expect from the starter
Right.
boxes.
Things like, we'll look at what's the most beginner friendly starter box and what's the least beginner friendly. What starter box that if you're like, hey, I'm going to buy one starter box and never buy another thing for this game, could I compete at all at, maybe going to a tournament or anything like that?
Hmm.
Like what starter box would be best for that? And then what starter box is it like, no, no, no. If you choose to own nothing else for the starter box, you're not going to enjoy the game whatsoever.
Yeah, the next thing that we're also looking to accomplish should be we're going to be streaming on Tabletop Simulator on Twitch. This is just another avenue to get you out and playing. Maybe you're not able to go to a game store or meet nightly or on a weekend, and it'll give you a option to play against people, not in your backyard or maybe across the country.
We do a lot of our playing, the majority of our playing together on Tabletop Simulator. We live like 4 hours apart, and it's a much better resource than a lot of people give it credit for.
Yep.
I know a lot of people have this idea that your pieces go flying everywhere and
Hmm.
that you can't accomplish anything, but Tabletop Simulator is a great resource for, man, I got hour and a half. Like, I wonder if I can text
Hmm.
my buddy and we can get in a 30-point game real quick. I don't
Yep.
have to drive anywhere. I don't have to set anything up. I don't have to clear off the table. All I got to do is turn on the computer. So we'd like to highlight that and then, do some live streams for people that maybe enjoy the podcast and want to, see us play and go that route and get to know each other a
Yeah,
little bit.
and then with Tabletop Simulator, we're also going to look out to get into other avenues of really explaining how to use some of the quick ways to move through it, really make you more efficient if you do decide to play it.
Yeah,
Um,
we will have a YouTube video up very soon on Tabletop Simulator in general and the Ice and Fire mod itself, and kind of some of the little tips and tricks for navigating the mod smoothly that make it easy to use.
Right, and then the next thing that we're going to be doing on this channel, we're going to be do what we'll call as commander conflict matchups. This we're going to stream them on Tabletop Sim, and then we'll do a podcast recap afterwards. Essentially, what this is going to be is we're going to do mirror match commanders, and then we'll each separately set up an army, and we'll know the game mode, and then we'll go play it out and see what happens. See what we think about the commander. Maybe give you a little rundown of like the strengths, weaknesses that we both encountered in the matchup.
Another thing we would like to do is maybe a once a month, like a live podcast where, we'll post it ahead of time in the Facebook group. If people have anything particular that they would like a more nuanced perspective of, maybe you just want us to talk about the new panic changes, or maybe you have a unit and you're like, I just cannot get these guys to work, and you would like to hear maybe what we think. Like,
Mhm.
you're like, man, I've been sitting down with pyromancers for 3 games and I've done 5 wounds with them.
Mhm.
What is going on here? Throw that in the comments or just bring it to the live podcast because we'll be streaming it on Twitch. Just be like, hey guys, I think pyromancers are the worst unit in the game. Am I wrong? And then we can have a talk about pyromancers and maybe you'll be like, oh, okay, I was using them wrong, or whatever.
Yeah, we really want to use that avenue as an open discussion to let other ideas flow. I mean, you can obviously be posted on the Facebook group or in Discord and get a lot of discussion that way. But this will just be kind of almost more of a group chat on what a lot of people think, where we can all discuss it and give a lot of different perspectives.
And hopefully, while discussing these things, we'll get the rules correct, which 50-50 chance.
Yeah,
We'll see.
we're 50-50 on getting the rules right, but we're still learning. We're learning them as they change, and that's how we're going with it.
Which brings us into kind of a segment that we'd probably throw in each episode if we have something, but end of the episode, like, what's something that you've learned or that we've learned that is just something that's been missed. It's like, oh, like I've been playing maybe this certain little thing wrong the whole
Mhm,
time. I know I had one just yesterday. I was like, oh, I guess I never really read into the rules to that extent. So it was something minor, but something nonetheless.
yeah.
So thanks you guys for tuning in, and hopefully we'll see you around soon. Bye, everybody.
Roll them if you got them.